What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Rishon, and this is Learn, Hustle, Grow.
Learn, Hustle, Grow is about creating a legacy. We're sharing our passions for money, marriage, and travel with other legacy builders like you.
There are a number of things in this video we wish we had done when our kids were younger. Make sure you watch until the end. You don't want to miss the good stuff.
We've shared that we didn't learn how to manage money growing up. We knew that we had less than others. We knew our moms struggled to make ends meet because they told us.
It would have been great to learn about money in school, but that didn't happen. Having made a few mistakes, we want things to be different for our kids. Let's talk teaching kids about money.
We don't want you to make the mistake of missing our future videos. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is good stuff, man.
Good parents want their children to be able to function in the world without them. Our job is to prepare them to live on their own.
The more information they have, the more confident they will be. The more confident they are, the better they will feel about entering adulthood.
You can help build their confidence by giving them as much insight as you can before they have to deal with money.
Rich people teach their children that money is important, not just for the sake of having material things, but also for the sake of having options.
Remember, having money allows you to do work you enjoy, give to those in need, and take care of your family.
When we speak about money as if it's not important, we shape their money mindset. People who believe money is not important don't respect it.
When should you begin teaching your children about money? As soon as possible.
When your child realizes that money can buy things that they want, it's time to discuss earning money.
Some call it an allowance, others call it commission. It can even be called income.
Successful people have a great work ethic. Explain to your children that you work to take care of them. Do your children know what you do? Why not?
How much should you pay them for their services? Consider starting with 50 cents to $1 for their age. A 10-year-old gets $10.
You can also pay them by the chore. Increase the amount as they age. Just make sure you can afford it.
Have your child divide their money into saving, giving, and spending. Creating jars allows them to see exactly how much money they have.
Teaching kids to save helps them understand the importance of delayed gratification, impulse control, and patience.
This is the beginning of learning to manage money. If they don't learn these principles, their struggles in life will go beyond money.
The American culture is all about instant gratification. Television, internet, and radio are constantly marketing to our children.
Of course we want our children to be happy. Most of us who grew up less than wealthy want our children to have more than we had.
If you're part of a blended family like ours, you may feel the need to compensate for your absence through gifts. It's important to be aware of that dynamic.
You may also receive pressure from the custodial parent to purchase gifts as a demonstration of your love for the child.
We gave the ex a copy of the Total Money Makeover audio book. It didn't work out, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try it.
If you and the other parent are not on the same page regarding how to manage money, it is vital that you talk to your child directly about money.
How do you celebrate your child? We have seen some ridiculous birthday, graduation, and prom events. Anybody seen the one when the mom spent $25K on her child's prom?
Think about what it means to give your child more than what you had. Does it mean going into debt? Does it mean giving them a car with a note that they wouldn't be able to cover?
Or does it mean leaving them an inheritance? Does it mean giving them the tools to build wealth?
Even if you never say a word, whatever our children see us do teaches them about money. We are teaching them what we value with our actions. What are you teaching your children to value?
Show them how much things cost. If that toy car or doll costs $5, have them use their own money. Seeing an empty jar might change their mind.
Over time, they're going to want more expensive toys, video games, clothes, and shoes.
We both started working at the age of 16. Our mothers made it clear that we needed to contribute. We think work builds character.
Our kids didn't really work in high school. The oldest one worked at McDonald's for a few months. He also tried selling knives for Cutco. That was a tough gig.
We justified their not working by saying we needed them to focus on school. And we did not pay for good grades because we considered good grades their responsibility.
You have to decide what's right for your household. Whatever you decide to compensate your kids for, the important thing is that they get some experience managing money.
Growing up in different households, the boys had different experiences with chores and allowances.
In our house, everyone does chores. When they come home to visit, they still do chores.
The oldest did household chores and received lunch money. He described himself as being broke in high school.
When he got to college, he was money hungry. Even with all of his expenses covered, he worked 2 jobs to have extra money. We didn't understand it.
It became clear to us that he really didn't begin to understand money until he earned an income. Maybe it would have been different if we would have used the 3-jar method.
If your kids are receiving cash gifts, open a bank account in their name. We did this for the oldest when he received a lump sum Christmas or birthday gift, sometime around the age of 14.
We opened a minor's checking account affiliated with our accounts until he turned 18. This gave him the opportunity to learn online banking and use his debit card.
Talk about money goals with your kids. Is there something they want to save for? Are you saving for a house, car, or investment property? Make your kids part of the discussion.
Review the household budget with your children. Explain the importance of paying yourself first via savings.
As high-income earners, we did not reveal how much we made. We were not comfortable with our kids having that information.
However, money is a regular part of our conversation with our kids. We talk about the costs of food, cars, and the mortgage.
When your kids join you at the grocery store, discuss the budget. Every grocery store now has a toy department. When they pick up additional items, be comfortable saying no.
Children should not expect to get everything they put their hands on. Even if you can afford it, you don't want to create a mindset of entitlement.
The world does not owe them anything, and they need to understand that. Children who don't understand this will struggle when it's time to leave home.
We tried to explain when we said no. We didn't want to get into the habit of just saying no to get them to stop asking.
As a salesperson, I encourage kids to ask for what they want. They have a 50-50 shot. The answer is either yes or no. Hearing no should not hurt their feelings. Remember, we are preparing them for life.
We want them to live boldly. At some point, they're going to need to ask for a raise or promotion. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Because we did not believe in randomly purchasing our kids the latest and greatest, they looked forward to birthdays and Christmas.
Once they turned 13, we gave them a $200 limit for birthday and Christmas gifts. We advised them to make their list based off of that $200 budget.
If either of them wanted an item that cost more than $200, they were responsible for paying the difference.
One Christmas, there was a request for a DSLR camera that costed almost $500.
Our oldest must have been working because he had the money to pay the difference. This camera was really nice. It was his only Christmas gift from us that year. He was okay with that.
If he ever took a single picture, we never saw it. We could not believe it. He spent his hard-earned money and ours on a camera he never used.
As far as we were concerned, he proved our point about not overindulging kids when it comes to gifts.
How many gifts have you purchased for your kids that they either destroyed, lost, or didn't use after a few days?
They need to understand that those gifts cost money. Children who don't value the gifts you give them become wasteful spenders.
Thanks to technology, those unused items can now be sold online. Teach your children about creating a business.
Through selling products online, providing a service like lawn care or iPhone support, kids learn to make money by using their skills. There are plenty of kids with their own YouTube channel.
Clothing was purchased during the back-to-school season and as it grew out of the previous size.
We shopped JCP or Kohl's, encouraging them to use promo codes and shop sales. Once your kids reach middle school, around the age of 11 or 12, talk to them about using plastic to make purchases.
No doubt they see you using a card to make purchases on a regular basis. Explain the difference between a debit card and a credit card.
Early in our journey, we would have said, tell them not to get credit cards. Although we both had bad experiences with credit card debt, we no longer feel that way.
We live in a world where you need to establish credit history in order to get a loan. Talk to your kids about using credit responsibly.
Tell them that in order to use a debit card, they need to know that there is still money in the account after bills are paid. Those overdraft fees will kill you.
Explain to them that a credit card is a short-term loan. Credit cards should not be used if you can't pay them when the bill is due.
Will this keep your children from making mistakes with credit cards? That depends on the kid. Some kids have to learn the hard way.
At some point, they will remember the lessons you taught them. When they mess up, they just might see you as a knowledgeable resource to help them get back on track.
If there's a personal finance course offered at the high school, sign them up. Before they leave for college, make sure you discuss tracking the spending and creating a budget. When they leave for college, schedule a time to review their quarterly expenses.
We made it clear that if we were going to provide assistance beyond tuition, room, and board, we would need to see where the money was going.
Begin to talk about paying for college before they start high school. Why? Their academic performance and class ranking have a huge impact on college acceptance and scholarships.
If you are unable to cover the cost of college, you may be tempted to take out parent loans.
A child who does not understand the value of money will not understand the impact student loans can have on their future and yours.
We've heard about students who run up 6 figures in debt on Parent Plus loans. When it's time to make the payments, neither the student nor the parents have the money to pay.
Americans are waiting until later to have children. If you are having children in your 40s, the due dates on those loans could coincide with your planned retirement date. Do your best to get in front of it by teaching your kids about money.
In addition to talking about money, we talk to our kids about the overall cost of raising children.
Let's face it, if you're talking to your kids about having sex, you should definitely be talking about the cost of having a child.
What tips do you have about talking to your kids about money? What worked? What didn't?
Please share. We want to hear from you. Comment below. See you in the next video.